We're going to talk about praise. Now, praise is our capacity, human being to human being, to recognize the unique and special gifts of another human being. That's what praise is. So when I praise Nicolette for her deep heart or her wild, fierce heart, right? I'm acknowledging her, the part of her humanity, the part of her heart, right? Worship, which we'll talk about later. Worship is an acknowledgement, a recognition of the divine in other. So the difference between praise and worship is praise is really about humanity, right? I'm praising. It could be praising a physical attribute, could be praising an energetic attribute, like you're so radiant, like your eyes sparkle, your heart shines, your hips are beautiful, right? Your eyes, whatever it is, your smile lights up the room. All of those things are praising or acknowledging somebody's human capacity or human form or human energetic. Worship gets into recognizing the divine and being in awe of the divine of another human being. Both of them are skills, just like what we talked about with embodiment. Praise is absolutely an art and a skill. Now, I want to give a little bit of framework, which is the feminine in all of us loves to be seen and acknowledged for our radiance. So if I want to make her smile, I'll talk about the sparkle in her eyes, or I'll talk about the way her hair shines, or I'll talk about, right? And if I want to make a smile, I'll talk about the wildness I feel in her heart, right? I mean, there's things that you can do to recognize a woman's radiance. You work so the masculine in all of us loves to be praised for what we do or how we're being, right? So you work so hard. If I want to praise, I'm going to be like, I see what a warrior you are, and I know how hard you work, and you're so generous to the world, and right, you know what I mean? Like I can feel, I'll praise what he does in the world in general. Now, there's some variations to this, of course. So when you're praising a feminine being, you want to make them feel like the most seen and felt human being on the planet. And this is the art. If you're praising a masculine being, you want him to feel like the most noble, like what he does, what he's creating, what he's doing in the world, how he's being in the world is inspiring. I'm going to say, for those of you in relationship, praise is one of the most important practices you can master. I'm just going to say. You want to, for all kinds of reasons, but your capacity to see something special about and unique about another human being and then artfully articulate it, and not just talk it, but literally like let them feel your heart, the impact that they have on you. Really, I'm talking to the partners specifically now, like let them feel the impact they have on you. That is really precious, and so few people actually cultivate that as an embodied practice. Some of the most nourishing sexual experiences we can have, right? Maybe the most nourishing sexual experiences we can have are to be worshipped sexually. So to worship the goddess in a woman through her genitals, right? To worship the divine in a man through his cock, right? It can be felt at a very, very deep level because because sexual energy is part of the practice and exploration. So what does that look like? What does that mean? This idea of worshiping the essence of somebody, right? So you can praise the human, and you can worship the essence. And The two were different, but really both very beautiful in relational moments. Everybody, make that make sense to everybody? What worship looks like? Like, if could you imagine being touched by somebody who's worshiping you? I mean, I'm losing my words a little bit on this, but imagine that your lover is worshiping you just with this finger. So all the energy of his heart or her heart is worshiping you with just a subtle touch, right? So worship can be, we rarely really dive into what worship can be. And when we think about it, it tends to be a very lofty concept. But when you concentrate worship through the eyes, or through the touch, or through the tongue, or through the lips, right? Kissing somebody with the full body sensation of worship will probably change their lives. Probably change their lives. So this is legit, I want to call it sex magic, but sexual healing. Let's start there. Maybe magic as well.